I want to start off by acknowledging summer can be really difficult for parents of high school kids, regardless if they have ADHD or not. And one of the things that I find is that a lot of parents have wishful thinking that their high schooler is going to get a summer job, and for different reasons that doesn't happen. So if your high schooler doesn't have much to do this summer, you need to put some scaffolding in place in the form of expectations, parameters around screen time, and structure to their day. I'm sure this will come as no surprise to anybody watching this. When high schoolers with ADHD don't have much to do, they obviously gravitate towards their devices, and many develop a sense of entitlement that they should have access to their phone or video games as much as they want in the summer. In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can have a successful summer with your high schooler through being proactive rather than reactive. First thing, before you implement these strategies, give your high schooler at least a week's notice that this will be starting so they can anticipate the transition to this new scaffolding. If you want to mark it on like a family calendar you might use, that would be great as well. I always think that it's important with kids of any age to give them ample time to sit with an upcoming transition, particularly if it's going to involve greater expectations on them. First thing and most important thing, establish consistent wake up and bedtimes. It's very easy for teenagers to throw off their sleep cycle in the summer when they have excessive screen time or when they don't have a set bedtime or any expectations around waking up. Next thing, come up with a visual schedule where the times are shown in colors so they know when they have certain things to do, certain responsibilities, when they have free time. Your son or daughter should be involved in this process, by the way. This is really important to show time in unit volume because that's the way we learn to conceptualize time. So when kids look at this, it makes time more concrete for them because it's showing them time in unit volume. For example, you can say you can decide whether you want to do your SAT prep in the morning or afternoon. That way they have some sense of ownership over this process, but it's not being overwhelming or permissive. Next, set some tech-free time periods. And by the way, this is something that really should be doing all year, not just in the summer. But I think it's important that kids know that there is time that you spend together as a family where nobody's going to have their devices out. Ideally, that should be at night. This next one is really important. Have daily expectations of contributing to helping around the house. I see too many families of kids with ADHD where high giving, low expectations is the norm. And that is a major contributor to immature behavior at home and a sense of entitlement. Kids with ADHD need to feel useful at home even if they don't like chores. It gives them a sense of purpose, and it also teaches them reciprocity in relationships. Expose kids to new activities and experiences during the summer. You know, many kids with ADHD, particularly high schoolers, are highly inflexible and will say no to anything new or unfamiliar. So what I suggest to parents is give them 2 or 3 options that they can choose from. If they automatically say no to everything, tell them that either they can make the choice or you will pick for them. You're going to have to step into your parental authority here and not accommodate their inflexibility, because the more you accommodate their inflexibility, the more inflexible they will become. Trust me on this. The other part of this that I teach high schoolers is that you never know what you're going to be good at or what you're going to enjoy until you expose yourself to different things. So don't just say no for the sake of saying no. Try things, give it a bunch of times, and you never know what you're going to find that you're going to be really good at. Require a certain amount of physical activity or exercise every day. This is so incredibly important for kids with ADHD, even ones who are in high school. I saved this one for last because it's really the most important one. Over the summer is a great time to get your son or daughter in the habit of being able to wake up on their own. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, well, they just can't do that. They sleep through alarms. What I'm going to ask you is, at what point does the transfer of responsibility happen where you stop acting as their executive functioning and they learn to start using their executive functioning? It's really important that kids in high school learn how to manage their own sleep hygiene and get up on their own, because that is one of the best predictors of success after high school. So they can do it. You might have to implement some different strategies, which I teach, but I promise it can happen. And the reason summer is really the best time to do this is because there's ample time for them to get into this new habit. Every year between about late October and January, I have parents reach out to me who have a son or daughter that went away to college and they are already home. The reason why is never because they couldn't handle the academics. The reason why is because they couldn't manage their own sleep hygiene. I'm Ryan, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.